Hello friends, my name is Olga, I am Ukrainian and I am a mature medical student in my country. And in this video I want to answer the most googled questions about Ukraine. The first question, what Ukraine imports? Imports, it's like what Ukraine buys from other countries. I think it's a very simple question because Ukraine imports all products that are cannot be produced in Ukraine or not enough. I'm thinking now about food, like, some kind of coffee or different kind of seafood, wine maybe, yes. But if we're saying about something more, I don't know, cars, yeah, I think cars. What else? Maybe gas, oil, because in Ukraine we have the sources of gas and oil, but they are enough for some part of population, but not enough for industry. Yeah, I think that's closest. Maybe we import everything that other countries, I don't know, it's very simple question, not specific. The second question, what Ukraine is famous for? Oh my God, it's what Ukraine is famous for. First of all, Ukraine is famous for its songs, folk songs, and also Ukraine famous for its language. Ukrainian language usually compare with the singer with a song of nightingales, and yeah, nightingale is like a symbol of Ukrainian language and Ukrainian songs. The third thing that Ukraine is famous for, it is Cossacks. I think Cossacks is a free people, free warriors. They lived mostly on the south of Ukraine, and the culture of Cossacks is major part of Ukrainian culture. And the fourth, I think, what Ukraine can be famous for, it's the how to say, roaming wise men. I guess I could call them like this. They usually played songs on bandura, kobza, lira. It's different kind of instruments. Some of them often were blind. Often it was former Cossacks, former warriors, and they just roamed from the from the Zaporizhia to Kiev, from all over the Ukraine, and they were very honored among people as the wise men. What is Ukraine famous more for? I think it's also food, because among former, USSR, for example, republics, usually people come to Ukraine for rest and yeah, for food. What else? I think Ukraine also famous for its soils, because Ukraine has deposits of most how to say, generous soils in the world. Ukrainians, they very, very connected much with earth. Sorry, with soil, maybe with ground. Yeah, with with places where they can plant something and grow it. What is Ukraine famous for? Yeah, it's okay. The next question: what Ukraine needs to win the war? Aircrafts, long-distance missiles, tanks, powerful weapon. That's what Ukraine needs for now, as I remember. Maybe drones, but we have it already. What Ukraine means? What the word Ukraine means? Well, this word is kind of very ancient. and there is no exact explanation, and on 100% no one can tell you what it means on sure. It could be like a opinion of people what it means, but yes, there are several versions what the word Ukraine means. First of them, it's Ukraina. Yes, Ukraina. It's it's like the word in, and Kraina, it means country. So like in country, Ukraina. Sometimes we have also for this in could be expressed like U or like V. And also sometimes in the literature or for, you know, for some beauty of the language, we can use Ukraina or sometimes Vkraina. And so it's, I think, the most simple explanation. But this word appeared in first time found in the manuscript of Kievan Rus, the monastery, in 1187 year. This manuscript was, and so it's very ancient word, and I think people used it even before, if it was in the 12th century already in the manuscript. So yeah, like this. And what Ukraine invented? What Ukraine invented? Oh, now I should remember all scientists that were on the territory of Ukraine, and they invented. I know for example, Ivan Polyuy, the scientist who invented X-rays, but he told, before he patented, he just told about it to Röntgen. It's another scientist, I don't remember, he was from Germany maybe, I'm not sure, but from the Western Europe, and somewhere, not from Ukraine. And he listened to Ivan Polyuy and just repeated the same experiment and registered it as it was his invention. But yeah, first X-rays were, and I think that independently someone else also in the world also invented these X-rays. Also, what is Ukraine invented? Ukraine invented the biggest in the world transport aircraft Mriya. Unfortunately, Russians destroyed it. I hope we will restore it. Also, for example, I think that Ukrainians, a lot of scientists connected with the space and aircrafts. For example, Sikorsky, it's very famous constructor. They write here that he was Russian and American avia constructor, but actually he was born in Kiev. That was the problem, that because we had almost one state with Russia, a lot of very famous people, Russians, they tried everywhere to mention that they were Russian constructors, Russian scientists, Russian artists, while they was born in Kiev or in the territory of Ukraine, and they were Ukrainians. That's why maybe you don't know much truly Ukrainian famous, maybe you know them like Russians. Also famous scientist Korolev, Sergei Korolev, he was born in Zhytomyr. It's, for example, he marked that it's Volyn region for that time and Russian Empire. Yeah, that's what I want to tell you, that sometimes this all famous scientists, they marked as or Soviet or Russian. So yeah, Korolev is Ukrainian famous scientist. So I don't remember now more, but you can find maybe. That's what I just can remember now. What Ukraine exports? What Ukraine exports? Ukraine exports, if I just now can remember what in a minute, Ukraine exports honey, one of the leading country in honey production in the world, and honey is a essential part of Ukrainian culture. A lot of people have the bees. Also, Ukraine exports different metal. It's from the south, from the industrial part, coal. Also, some kind of stones from Zhytomyr region. Zhytomyr is like one of the centers of stone, extraction of different kinds of stone for building. They are very beautiful. What is Ukraine also exports? I don't know, maybe some kind of food, once again, because Ukraine is famous for its food, and I know that despite on the depression after USSR stopped to exist, Ukrainian food industry always was very on the high level, and I remember that people from the Belarus, from other northern country, from Russia, I cannot say about people from, far abroad, but the nearest countries, when they came to Ukraine, and even for these years, they always say that Ukrainian products, Ukrainian food is more tasty. And also Ukraine exports grain, wheat, because once again that ground in Ukraine is very good for planting, for growing everything. So grain is Ukraine is one of the leaders of the grain production in the world, for bread, for Italian pizza, for bread for African countries. So yeah, we are exporting a lot of grain, different kind of grain. Also, we're exporting, I think, apples, because in Ukraine a lot of pears and apples. What Ukraine is known for, I already answered you on this question. What Ukraine wants from Russia? I don't know. We can ask what Russia wants from Ukraine, because Ukrainians, I think, I can firmly answer that they don't want anything from Russia. I think now we just want to build high, thick wall, enforce it, and do not have any relationships with Russia, with Russians. As I remember, for at last 10 years, before this war started, we even didn't know about, some famous Russians in Russia. I just remember that I knew Putin and Russians. So I didn't know much, something specific in Russia. What Ukraine exports? Yeah, okay. I answered on this question, what? Yeah, I think it's all the questions I found about Ukraine. I hope that it was interesting for you to listen. Bye.